sunset is insane today. Hey guys, again, such a spontaneous video. And here we are again. Wait, let me get a candle. Beauty. Again, we're sitting at my desk and we're again wearing... Why am I saying we are? I'm wearing this dress again. So it's time for some... I don't know if it's gonna be a poetry night. I don't think it's gonna be, because I do have to do stuff for university. And I thought this was gonna be like a little study with me, with the sound of thunder that I recorded. This is not wine. I do not like wine. This is grape juice diluted with water. And when I sit here, we know it's time for making our study session, or whatever we want to do, as aesthetically pleasing as possible. So I hope I can accomplish that tonight. It's already 9 p.m. and I don't have that much time, so I think I'm going to start right away. If you don't know, if you're new here, I'm studying Anglistik, meaning English, linguistical, and literature aspects of the language in my second semester. And yeah, it's going great. I think I haven't been to uni in a week because last week was incredibly difficult for me in terms of everything, actually, mental health wise, and I decided not to go. So I have some catching up to do, and I'm so happy that I have energy again. I'm so happy about that. This is even focusing on my face. Guys, I'm filming with my phone. This will change, by the way. The quality will be better, but I'm currently doing a time lapse with my camera, so she's busy. Also, my hair is greasy as fuck, so you know, just like last time. Yeah, we need to start right away. I actually wanted to write a poem, so if inspiration strikes, I will write that. We'll see. Hey guys, you're so far away. Makes sense because I put the camera there. Whoa. These sleeves, it's nice because I can actually use this music. I just wrote a poem. And for some reason, I mean, you saw me writing it. I was pleasantly surprised how easy it was and how easy it was for me to find the words, because I've been struggling with that. And the poem that is just a first draft. So I like it, and I thought I might read it to you, you know? Why the hell not? And you saw me going through my notes. So the stuff, the place where I write everything down that comes into my head. I have multiple files with thousands of potential poems. Okay, thousands, maybe not thousands, but hundreds definitely, I counted. And I wrote this line: I regret ever moving and sending ripples through a quiet lake that woke you. And I wrote that and I thought, okay, this is pretty, and I left it alone. That was just in my head. And then I made this out of it. I hope I can read it nicely now. I regret ever moving and sending ripples through a quiet lake that woke you. From a soundless sleep, falling into dreams and then into reality, looking at me. You wonder why I was restless. The fish underneath could answer, for they witnessed how the moon's arrows struck me right into my chest, and I saw clearly what the water couldn't make into mirrors. I saw not myself, but a swan, aching to rid herself of her leaden feathers. Yay! So when I started writing this poem, I did not think it would go into this certain direction. A lot of the poems that I write are sad, and this is, for me, a poem of change, of a fundamental change in a person's life. Let's talk a bit about it, because of course I put thought into what I write, but especially with first drafts, I write, and then the things just come and they stay, per usual. With me, I love nature imagery, so we're situated in a lake. Yay. What I thought about immediately was a relationship. So you're in a relationship, that your partner, whoever that is, platonic or romantic, doesn't really matter. So you're in that lake together, you live together, and you share your life. But something just doesn't feel right, and the other person doesn't notice. So it's like from a soundless sleep falling into dreams and then into reality. It's like you go with the flow. You just go with the cycle. You don't really change. You do the stuff over and over again, and I'm here, restless, sending ripples through our quiet lake. It means that our life is protected, or the speaker's life is protected and good and full of, and not let's not say full of love, but there's no rage, there's no anger, there's no harmful things that are very obvious, or very obvious harmful things, let's just say that. And these ripples are very, very tiny waves, but if they add up, you will not be able to sleep, right? I'm just rambling. So you have a relationship between two people that is actually good, it works, and it's fine, but that one person still is not happy. It's not a fulfilling relationship for that other person, but the other person doesn't realize it. Maybe their communication is off, maybe anything. It could be anything, really. Yes, I'm analyzing my own poem. I'm gonna continue doing it. The fish underneath could answer. That was a line I didn't really know, but if I were to interpret it now, I would say that the fish maybe are, the companions of the lives of these two people, and they witnessed the stuff that the non-observant partner couldn't. I love the next part, which is how the moon's arrows struck me right into my chest. That moment is kind of like the realization of the speaker saying, something is so wrong and I need to get out of here. And even though this is beautiful, and I use the swan as a symbol for that, because a swan stands for purity. A swan, if you want to interpret it that way, stands actually for marriage and purity in marriage, and loyalty and innocence, but also beauty, because swans are very graceful but very protective animals, so they can struck out, and they're very dangerous and heavy. My sister had to lift one once. She's an upcoming vet, so just to clarify. So now you have this beautiful pair of lovers, let's just say that. They are as beautiful as swans, and everything is great, but one partner is just not satisfied. One partner is not fine with everything, and the other one doesn't really notice. And that's a simple concept. In my opinion, it's very simple. It's tragic, it's sad. And that's how poetry for me works. Using a situation, which by the way I did not think about in the beginning, turning it into something, and creating images and creating color. Painting, as I always say. So yeah, I like that. I like this one, and I titled it with I trust the moon because she's always changing. Because in Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, there's a line of Juliet saying to Romeo, "Don't trust the moon, for she's always changing." I'm not sure if that is on quote, but that concept is in there. And I love the moon. I don't know, I just feel very connected to her. Yes, the moon is a her for me. Artemis association. It is personal, and then I've made experiences, but it's just you know how the sun doesn't change much? Nothing against Apollo, but the sun is always shining, and it's always bright, and sometimes it hides behind clouds, it doesn't really matter, but the sun is always shining, and the moon is always shining too. But for us humans, obviously the moon shines because of the sun. You know, without the sun there wouldn't be any light, right? But for us humans from Earth, we see the moon and always changing. We see the moon controlling the tides, and we have this cycle of the moon going from crescent moon to full, going to new moon, and that's just incredible. I love the moon, and I associate women a lot with moons because of the cycle and a woman's cycle, or people that have uteruses. Let's just say that. And I like putting that together. So the moon is kind of like the reflection of what was going on in the speaker's mind, saying, listen, something's got to change. Something's not right here. And the speaker has a relationship with that moon, because for her the moon is like a woman, a friend who she can talk to. And her friend was like, you don't see the signs, really? You don't? Okay, I'm gonna act on it. So it's weird. It's weird. Anyway, title homage to Shakespeare, obviously, because I see beauty in change and development. Not only beauty, but so much strength, especially if you are in a relationship that works socially, but something's still wrong, and that speaker badly wants to rid themselves of that, badly wants to go. And if the speaker were to tell her partner that, because for me it's like a woman or their partner, that the partner would be astonished. They would be like, what is happening? Very human experience, I guess. Anyway, this was my ramble about my poem. I do need to do some university stuff. It's already 10 p.m. and I only have half an hour left. We never know with these videos, honestly. I'm really happy that I wrote it, actually. Yay! I'm realizing that it's not my time to work. Okay, my body is telling me to stop. If you have no idea what that is, yeah, it's a new development. No, I actually had this for quite some time. Now let's be fancy. I'm gonna put my water into my grape juice glass. Through anxiety, which I've had for years, I don't know, my body's doing weird, like, spastic things sometimes, muscle spasms. It's pretty normal. Short break here. I actually did some research, so I'm experiencing twitches, not spasms. So the difference between spasms and twitching is that twitching is a short contraction that may happen repeatedly. It can be discomforting, but it's not typically painful, and a muscle spasm is a prolonged contraction that may cause pain. So it's not a spasm because I do not feel pain, but it is a twitch, which is kind of sometimes annoying and can go on for, I don't know, 5 minutes. I think the worst twitching episode I had was 5 minutes. It's not painful. It's just a bodily reaction to either stress or overstimulation, or when I'm typically tired and when I'm cold. So just wanted to clear that up. Need a candle. She's dying, but she's still good. She's still going. I'm just gonna talk about it because it's pretty normal and I have not talked about it yet. Always happens when I'm really tired and when my mind is overstimulated. So when there's just too many things. Right now I'm like actually really relaxed, but I'm doing stuff like working, and it's not a time for me. I can't study well after 9 p.m. I usually use my nights to either read or really just consume, like, I don't know, shows, movies, because my mind really needs easy stuff, I guess. I wanted to study more, I guess, or to do more work for it to be a study with me, but now it's just spent an evening with me listening to Thunderstorm and classical music, I guess. Writing a bit of poetry, talking a lot about it, because that's what I do. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end this video on this note, actually. Because when my body tells me this before my head does, it's time. Like, it's time for me to stop. Wait a second. We are going to read, for the end of this video, a poem. I have my book, A Poem for Every Night of the Year. By the way, I've been thinking about maybe doing a video where I just read you poetry. I don't know, a video to fall asleep to or just to relax to, and reading you some poetry that I love, maybe reading you some of my poetry included in that video. So if you want to see that, let me know. I would love to do that, because that would expose me to more poetry as well. So yeah, if you want to see that, let me know. Okay, today is May 16th. So this is by Louis MacNeice, and this is called Apple Blossoms. In this poem, Louis MacNeice travels back to the Garden of Eden and imagines Adam's first taste of the fruit which God had told him not to eat. These were the first apple blossoms anyone had ever tasted. And the best, MacNeice says, because they were new, exciting, and full of possibilities. I need more light. Okay. The first blossom was the best blossom, for the child who never had seen an orchid, for the youth whom whiskey had led astray. The morning after was the first day. The first apple was the best apple, for Adam, before he heard the sentence, when the flaming sword endorsed the fall, the trees were his to plant for all. The first ocean was the best ocean, for the child from streets of doubt and litter, for the youth for whom the skies unfurled. His first love was his first world. But the first verdict seemed the worst verdict, when Adam and Eve were expelled from Eden. Yet, when the bitter gates changed to, the sky beyond was just as blue. For the next ocean is the first ocean, and the last ocean is the first ocean. And however often the sun may rise, a new thing dawns upon our eyes. For the last blossom is the first blossom, and the first blossom is the last blossom. And when from Eden we take our way, the morning after is the first day. These last two stanzas really kind of made me emotional. This is beautiful. I love this. Okay, so this was really, really pretty. I'm gonna keep that in mind and end this video now because I need to change before I go out like this. Yeah, again, very spontaneous video. If you want to see more of these, please let me know. Hopefully this turned out the way I wanted it to. Sorry for the lighting situation. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and comment down below what you would like to see next. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and don't forget to click the little bell next to the subscription button to never miss an upload. I'll let you know when I upload on my Instagram, because right now with university and my mental health, it's kind of hard for me to determine when I upload. So make sure to follow me there. If you want to read more of my poetry, then also follow me on my poetry account. Everything's linked down below, including sources, as always, linked to the matter of the war in the Ukraine currently happening. If you want to educate yourself or even donate, I linked sources. And if you have any that you find reliable and loyal, please leave them in the comments. If you have any poetry that you'd like to share, written by yourself or written by another person, just leave them down below. Let's read some poetry together. Let's share some poetry. And yeah, it's okay. I got my head turned thingies are getting worse, so I need to go. Yeah, I don't really know. I have nothing else to say, I think. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hopefully see you in my next video. Bye.